Hey everyone, Stu here. Welcome to the bonus content for April 2021. This is for members of the Patreon page who are at the $10 tier or higher. Thank you so much for being a patron of Ukulele Zen. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you for your generous support and for your enthusiasm for music. I hope that the bonus videos that are here on the Patreon page and all the content on my YouTube channel really is fun for you to learn with. I hope that what I'm showing you helps you to go further in your music faster, ironically, sometimes by slowing down. What I wanted to do in this video is to take you through a very cool lick in the key of G. This was played on Going Down the Road Feeling Bad. In the process of learning this lick, we're going to learn a couple of things that we can add to single note playing that will make it more expressive, and you can apply these tools to other things that you play as well. So it's like we're feeding two birds with one seed. As we learn a lick, we're going to learn some cool things that our hand can do. So thank you so much. I want to jump right in. This is what I played, and by the way, it's a lot easier to play it at room temperature than 42 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad, oh Lord. Don't wanna be treated this way. Alright, so I'm playing it in between the chords, playing it on the G chord, and sometimes it leads us to the C chord. This is a lick that many other blues bands play in this 16-bar blues form called Going Down the Road Feeling Bad. The Grateful Dead used this lick in a slightly different way, but it's the same idea. So let's go through it. I'm going to show you step by step so you can get it into your playing right away. Strum your G chord first. And the first step is to take off everything except the first finger. So leave your pointer finger down. Then you're going to pivot that finger so it's parallel. You're going to want to leave that finger down because we're going to need that note, that D that's right there at the second fret. We're going to need that. So first step, strum, lift and pivot. Then you're going to pluck your open G string. This lick sounds a little more like a guitar if you use a low G, but high G works just fine too. So strum, pivot, go to the open string. And now we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take the ring finger, play the note at the 3rd fret, and slide. So 3rd fret into 4th fret. Notice how I get 2 notes with 1 pick. So that slide is a glissando, or a, it's a little hammer-on. If you wish, you could do this. If you prefer, you could pluck with your middle finger and then hammer on. But that note it has a certain character to it. It's just slinky. After those 2 notes, you're going to go right to the 1st finger, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, then ring finger at the 4th fret, 3rd string, then the 2nd finger is at the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And now let's go back down, 3rd finger, 1st finger, and now we're going to do that slide and open. It could be a hammer, if you wish. Later we're going to put a hammer right here. All right, but let's just go through it nice and slow. This is just unfolding the gesture that our hand is taking, nice and slow. All right, so notice we have a strum, pluck, slide. Here we do 2 notes on top, 2 notes, 2 notes, slide or hammer, and then open. All right, one more time. Now let's add the rhythm. 1, 2. Starts on beat 2. 1, 2. All right, let's do that one more more time, just a little slower. Notice the note, the open G string is on beat 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So, after we're comfortable with this, try this out. Slide or hammer, and then go to the open C string. Let go and place your C chord right there. And this is how we move from G to C. Now I'm using my thumb to pick. You could use these 2 fingers. You could also use a guitar pick. I'm choosing to use the thumb because it's the most common way to pick single notes on the ukulele, get a nice big sound, and then it's easy to go right back to strumming. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. This time, let's do it again, and we'll go to the C chord next. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, here's the riff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. E minor, yeah. Don't wanna be treated this way. This is of course optional, but it can add some nice flavor to the tune, especially if you're playing this with a bunch of friends strumming. You could teach the lick to another person in your strum group, and you could be the riffers, you know? People are strumming, you come in with that boo boo doo boo doo 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 doo. It's a nice thing to add to your ukulele band. One other thing I want to share with you is 2 things that the left hand are doing to make this ever more expressive. First thing we talked about, how you could slide or hammer right here. Watch how, if I want to go faster, I'll pick this note once and then hammer. Hammer-ons can be a little tricky at first, but do you hear that? I'm drumming with the ring finger. The motion is from the 3rd knuckle back here. All right? Just see if you can land that finger in the same place. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't happen so easily for you. Hammer-ons and slurs, pull-offs and hammer-ons, they train the left hand in a big way. The goal is to get a clear sound and to touch with the same part of the fingertip. You can see that dent in my fingertip. You'll get one too. Badge of hammer-on honor. All right, so just listen for that. And a really important thing that a lot of people overlook when teaching hammer-ons, and this is really important, that when you land, shut the motion off. You know, really come to rest. You know, it's like you've hammered a nail, gong, and then the hammer stops moving, right? You don't keep on pushing through the nail. So, come to rest, make sure it's soft. Don't do too many of these in a row. You might hurt your hand. Just sharing that because I love you. I don't want you to hurt your hand, you know? See how slinky that is? And you can almost hear the little from here. Look at my thumb. It's ready to go. It's right at that 2nd string. And here's the last thing I want to share with you. When you play these 2 notes, they're staccato. Staccato means separated. The notes are a little shorter, but we're playing a audible silence. And that silence is created by lifting up this finger. Right? So I'm still picking as usual, but then I lift this finger up to stop the sound. Yeah. Of course, because this is a G and it's activating the harmonic right there. Did you hear that? The resonance. It's a testament to the quality of an instrument when you can play the G here and the vibrations are activating this harmonic. Be that as it may, you can still hear how the note is being stopped. So I'm going into this detail because it's just the maximum amount of musicality. If you're spending the time learning something, you can make it really, really pretty, really detailed. Hear that? Boom. And it's fun and also very useful to mimic what you want the sound to be with your voice. It's not just me being goofy. I mean, when I work with high-level professionals in recording studios, this is how they show you parts. They say, hey man, I want you to do boom. And they want you to go, So how do you make that? You're gonna make a little slide or a hammer. So these tools of expression, when practiced with one lick, you'll see they'll start to percolate into other areas of your playing. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right, now if you wanted to play this lick on high G and on the upper octave, you would play this. And it's on the tablature. You put your ring finger, hammer, hammer, 10th fret. See how I use the same finger, ring finger? All right, if you can manage a slide, cool, do it. Hear that slide? All right, so the goal is to have the hammer or the slide be activated in the same part of your fingertip. You don't want to overthink it, but feel that there's a consistency to which part of your fingertip you're using. Just like a piano, when you put your hands on the piano, the hammers are always touching the string in the same place, right? You can always rely on that hammer. We have to train our fingertips to be like hammers. It's a lot harder than just pushing a button. I'm not saying piano playing is easy. It's not. But at least when you push a button on the piano, the hammer will do the striking for you. Here, we have to be very precise with the way we're training our fingers. But by all means, explore the details, don't overthink it. Have fun with knowing that you're creating so much more nuance as you play this way. You could just hang it with one area. And as I've shown in other videos, you can take this vocabulary and now reorder the notes, make it a different rhythm, and you have something to work with for improv. I'm just improvising using the notes of that lick, keeping a steady pulse and playing phrases. Just using a small amount of the riff. It's really fun to take one small bit of information and just get into it, expand upon all the different possibilities. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Truly appreciate your support as a patron. Have a good time learning this lick, putting it into Going Down the Road Feeling Bad. You might like to slow it down. Going down the road, feeling 1, 2, 3. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down. See, I did a little something different. Feeling bad, feeling bad. So right there, feeling bad, by placing a B7 after the G, going to E minor, you get an even more gospel sound. So one last time, those gospel variations. G, we play B7, and then E minor. And then before we get back to G, we play G diminished, open 1, and then G. Don't wanna be treated this way. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. Feeling bad. Don't wanna be treated this way. So I added those extra chords, just strumming once. That brings a little more attention to the change. You could, of course, strum through them in a rhythm. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being a patron. I hope that you and your families are doing well, that you're staying healthy and safe. Really appreciate you being here. Hope music is making your day wonderful. I look forward to seeing you in another video sometime soon. Thank you.